Hey there everybody, it's Jamie here and a very warm welcome to you all to Travel Blog Jamie. We are currently sailing on board TUI Maya on a 1-week festive cruise of the Rhine. Today I'm going to be showing you around our boat. It's a boat, not a ship. And let's do this. TUI Maya was officially christened in August 2021. Did you know the vessel originally launched in 2011 under the name TUI Melodia? Back to Maya, she has 79 cabins with a usual operating capacity of 155 passengers. She usually holds 40 members of crew. At a length of 135 meters and with just 4 passenger decks, this really is cruising small scale. Before we tour on board, just for your information, there are 4 passenger decks. Down here you've got your porthole cabins, followed by 2 decks of superior French balcony cabins, and then you have your sun deck up here. Towards the aft of the boat we have the club lounge bar here, the Vedastro restaurant here, bistro restaurant right here. Mid forward we have a 2-tiered atrium. On the lower tier we have reception. On the upper tier there's a hot drink station and lounge area. Towards the forward section of the boat we have the observatory lounge here. These 2 large portholes is where you'll find the wellness spa. This slightly more obstructed and cozy cabin is considered to be a standard. It's actually not in use right now. Right, let me take you on board. Let's have a nosy around. Your top deck, deck 4, is the sun deck. There's definitely no rush for loungers up here. There's more than enough for all passengers on board. In addition, plenty of seating areas and tables so that you can enjoy your drinks from the bar. There's also a very small mini golf area, and towards the aft of this deck, a smoking area. In warmer climes, the top deck is used for a plethora of activities. At the front of deck 3, there's a partially open terrace area, observatory lounge with its bar and stage for entertainment, the top section of the atrium with a seating area and refreshment station, a range of passenger cabins as indicated below, another bar, the club lounge, and the 2 restaurants on board, Vedastro and Bistro. At the front of deck 2 we have the wellness area, a range of passenger cabins, the lower tier of the atrium, and the remainder of this deck, more passenger cabins and a crew area. And finally deck 1, which is just home to passenger cabins and another crew area. You'll have a cruise key card to use whilst on board the boat, and whenever you go ashore, this will be exchanged for a boarding card. You'll find on a small boat like this, some crew will perform a number of different duties. Hello, how are you? All good? Always be polite, folks. Use those manners. This is the lower tier of a 2-tiered atrium. River views really are absolutely stunning. We'll actually see that skylight from a very different perspective a little bit later. Love that they have umbrellas available for passengers to use, but please put them back when you come back on board. TUI have managed to squeeze on board the tiniest of shops. It is dead cute. The wellness area is open for everyone to use at various times of the day. There's also an option for private bookings. This costs £10 per person sharing your cabin. You can book this at reception and your slot will be for 45 minutes. And yes, there's even a sauna in here with great views. All these portholes do have blinds, by the way, in case you're worried about showing off your bits and bobs, odds and sods, knick and knack, brick and brack. Alas, the bubbles in the jacuzzi weren't working when we were on board. Hopefully they've remedied that now. This is what can happen if you forget to pull the blinds down. Hey everyone! Alrighty, on with the tour. (201) is the cabin currently out of use, as I identified a little bit earlier, possibly because of the noise level here. And before anyone asks, where's Matthew? He's there. Hello, Matthew. The refreshment station is open 24/7. Help yourself to teas, coffees, iced tea, hot chocolate, water, fruit, and cookies. Hello. The Observatory Lounge is where you'll find a range of activities by day and entertainment by night. It may not look like a traditional stage, but that's exactly what it is. This is where your entertainers will perform for you. You may have noticed some blankets on the back of chairs here. I think that's a really lovely touch. And up to the top deck, deck 4. This is sun deck. And oh my gosh, yes, I am bringing the sunshine. For those of you asking online, yes, I film and edit everything on my iPhone using the iMovie app. Did you know that if we were to pass under a bridge with height restrictions, everything on the top deck is collapsible, even this wheelhouse? You may well recognize this. Yep, we're now looking down at the skylight. In warmer climes, you can expect morning yoga classes up here on the sun deck, and even barbecues. The one thing I wish this boat had was some sort of plunge pool or jacuzzi up here. For me, the mini golf facilities just don't quite cut the mustard. But you know, nice idea. And towards the aft of deck 4, the smoking area. Hull 10, this is your no-go area. This is indeed the crew area. Turn around, we are turning around. From an accessibility point of view, please note that there are no lifts on board. Sometimes the gangways to board or disembark the ship are also very steep. This is very often at the mercy of river levels. Verdastro is one of your 2 dining options. Open seating is available at breakfast, lunch and dinner. We were always able to get our table for 2. There's usually one gala night per week on a river cruise. Be aware that on a gala night you'll be expected to take your seats by 7:10 in the evening. At certain times of year like Christmas and New Year, there may well be 2 gala nights during your week's cruise. The bistro also offers breakfast, lunch and dinner. The menu here is different to that of the Dastro at lunchtime and during the evenings. In addition, there's a buffet area and a live cooking station. Things are quite flexible and interchangeable here. For example, if you were seated for lunch in the Dastro and wanted to order something from the menu there and have items from the bistro, no problem. If you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate a cheeky thumbs up, and please do subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't yet done so. Thank you. The club lounge is one of 2 bars on board and, in my humble opinion, one of the nicest spots. Many apologies to all you inside cabin fans. There are no inside cabins on this boat. A reminder that all TUI riverboats are adults only. With accessibility in mind again, you absolutely would need to be able to navigate steps on board TUI Maya. Views, 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 everywhere views. And finally, a very quick peep in our cabin, 223. This is a superior French balcony cabin. For a full tour and review of this cabin, just search Travelblog Jamie TUI Maya French balcony cabin. And that's my tour. What are your thoughts on this riverboat? Drop your comments below. Thanks for your support as we head towards 36,000 subscribers. Today's shoutouts go to my gorgeous Tiers 3, 4 and 5 patrons. And oh my goodness gracious me, yes, you too could become a patron. Just search patreon.com/travelblogjamie. For your personalized video messages, just search cameo.com/travelblogjamie. Don't forget we can also follow each other on Facebook, Jamie W. Robbins, X, Threads, Instagram and Blue Sky at Travelblog Jamie, and of course right here, right now on YouTube.